Who are you? It's a question that we all ask ourselves all of the time. It's a question that I've asked myself since as far back as I can remember. Who am I? It's a question that we often feel there is no answer to, and we struggle to find the answer to that. And the reason is that nobody's teaching us how to find the answer. So what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to teach you how to find the answer to that question, who am I? And the first step in that process is being honest with yourself, and figuring out how to be honest with yourself. A lot of us walk around thinking that we are honest with ourselves, that we have a true reflection of who we are, but that's not true. The truth is that we hide our darkest parts of ourselves from ourselves, and we only show people the bits of us that we think will be acceptable. And this all starts when you're very, very young. So your parents come along and they say, stop behaving this way, stop behaving that way, stop doing this, stop doing that, don't talk that way, behave this way, you're not supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. And you get a lot of instructions on how to behave. And then you go to school, and that's nullified, right? You don't even get instructions on how to behave. You get told to sit down and listen to what I'm going to tell you. And in any of that, no one is telling you how to find who you are. Because who you are is that person, and everybody else is trying to mold you to fit into something that you're not. And this is where the problem starts. So at a young age, you'll decide that part of your behavior isn't acceptable to, say, your parent, so you'll start to suppress that part of you. And then you'll go to school and the teacher will tell you to suppress other parts of you. And all the different places that you go to, everybody is telling you to suppress a different part of you because you need to fit in here, you need to fit in there, and you need to behave this way to fit in, you need to behave that way to fit in. And so you spend many, many years almost molding your own personality to fit the ideal of what everybody else wants your personality to be, what everybody else wants you to be. And I can tell you from my own personal experience, by the time you get to your mid-40s, you don't even know who you are because you've spent so much of your time being who everybody else wanted you to be that you don't know who you are. And then in your mid-40s, I had to go back and reevaluate who I was, to look at myself, to give myself an honest appraisal and say, am I the person I think I am? And the more I looked at myself, the more I realized I wasn't the person who I thought I was, and I certainly wasn't the person who I wanted to be. So then you've got to go and undo all of that, and you've already built a life around the person who you think you are. To go back and unravel all of that to become the person who you should be, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of heartache, a lot of hard work, and you upset yourself and you upset a lot of people. And the conclusion that I came to from all of that is that, why are we doing that? Why did nobody tell me I didn't need to do that? Why didn't I know I didn't need to do that? So what I'm here to do today for you is to tell you, you don't need to do that. And what you need to do is be honest with yourself. You do not need to fit, you do need to fit into the mold of, you do need to survive your childhood, right? Childhood is what it is, you have to survive it. You have to be whoever you need to be in order to get through it. But once you get through it, then you can be whoever you want to be, right? So there are some easy steps you need to go through in order to not have to acquiesce to everybody's idea of who you need to be, but be who you want to be, okay? And that's going to depend on the environments that you live in, and the environments that your family environment, your home environment, your school environment. Some of it will not compromise, and you will have to compromise, but you can make a compromise. And the key within all of that is to understand who you are, to understand who you want to be, and be honest with yourself. As long as you are honest with yourself, you will always find that way through, okay? And then when you get a bit older and you move out, and you don't have to listen to anybody anymore, and you can be yourself or who you want to be, then you're going to have to do some work. Then you're going to have to dig into your behaviors and your attitudes, the way you go about things, and they'll all be buried in your subconscious. So you're probably going to need a little bit of help from a coach, somebody who is able to help you access your subconscious. The way for you to learn to access your subconscious, first of all, is through meditation. So meditation, for me, the key to meditation is it's all about listening. It's all about learning to listen to you, because there's a voice inside of you. There's a voice inside of you that loves you unconditionally. And over the years, you will get taught to ignore that voice, but that voice ties in with your intuition, and it ties in with your decision making. So the key within meditation is to quiet your mind down to the point where you can hear that voice. And then, depending on how old you are and how long this has gone on, you have to learn to trust that voice. Because that voice is safety, but it's not going to sound like safety or feel like safety. So then you have to re-educate yourself on what safety is. And then once you can learn to trust that voice, and once you can, then you can start moving forward into the world of, this is who I am. This is not what the world wants me to be. This is what I want me to be. And this is how you start to find your purpose. This is where your self-confidence lives. This is where your self-worth lives. This is where your self-esteem lives. This is where your decision-making should lie. You create a foundation of truth and honesty with yourself. Every decision you make based off of that is an honest decision for you, is a truthful decision for you, is a decision from unconditional love, the love that you have for yourself. And when you start to make decisions based on love for yourself, you're making decisions based on your power, your empowerment, and the power, the force that powers the universe. And I think it makes you a healthier person mentally, emotionally, and physically. Then you go out into the world with the foundation of knowing who you are mentally, emotionally, and physically, and you can use that as your stepping stone out into the world. This helps you create boundaries, healthy boundaries, acceptability, self-confidence, self-worth, and self-esteem. So for you as an individual, the key to your success, the key to your future, the key to finding a life that is the fulfillment of your dreams, is quite simply starts with being honest with yourself. Okay, so if you like that, please like, comment, and share. I'll be back soon with some more videos to help you take the next step in finding out who you are. Thank you.